Hey there everybody, redxparasite here, and welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime. In the last episode, we journeyed through Magmore Caverns and made it here to Phendrana Drifts, where we picked up the boost ball, which is going to allow us to move around a lot better. Now that we have that, we need to actually get out of this area, because there's nothing more that we can do here for the time being. And we're going to make our way towards one of the items that I have been sorely missing for quite some time. But on our way out here in the Magmore Caverns, we're actually going to take a different route. Instead of going back through the area, through the Triclops pit and all that, and back through the Chozo ruins, we're going to actually go a different way, because it'll help us, save some time. So, there's one trick from the oops. Okay, I'm going to try not to lose a lot of health here and fail, because I can't actually make it up onto those levels. Well, this is a great start to the episode. Getting shot at by a whole bunch of turrets, falling into lava. Whew, okay. Anyways, there's a trick that you can do called the lock dashing. You can also do it with the scan visor in the NTSC version, where if you have a lock on to something, can I seriously not make it out on that side? That is done. I am losing way too much health here. I am being very reckless and jumping when I shouldn't. Let's try to not, die here. But if you're locked onto something and you do a strafing, motion by pressing B and a direction, and then you release it in the middle of that, you can do a scan dash or a lock dash, in which you retain your momentum from the strafing for quite some time afterwards. So it's one of those movement tools that you can use in the GameCube version that is not available to you in the Wii version. It's really fun to do, and one of the reasons I wanted to do the Wii version of the game is to prevent myself from doing stuff like that all the time. So there's a missile expansion up on that. I don't want to call it a catwalk, but basically just take it slow, don't move too quickly. You can't fall off, obviously, and since I've already fallen off twice in other areas, I'm not going to go through that again. Alright, we got another Magmore. We're almost out of Magmore Cavern. Alright, you going to drop any health? Looks like... Oh wait, no, you did. I want that. And we're not really at that much of a risk of dying, but it can't hurt. And at that point, when we fell off, it's just easier to boost through the lava. But as you can see, this elevator is taking us not to the Chozo ruins, but to Tallon Overworld, which incidentally is where we want to go. Really have to applaud the designers on the layout of the map. It's pretty easy to get from one area to another in not that much time if you know where you're going. Also, there's a missile hidden under this walker right here. Very easy to get. But as you can see, this puts us in the root cave, which is pretty close to the landing site. So we're going to be doing some stuff in Tallon 4 for the first time in forever, because we didn't actually do much here our first time. Just kind of on our way to the Chozo ruins, because that's where we actually needed to get stuff. Just enjoying the music. If I ever go silent for, whatever reason, either I've run out of things to talk about, which, you know, might happen from time to time, or I'm just kind of appreciating the music, or both. Usually both. Okay, let's try to not fall down here. There we go. And another zoomer. Should have a new enemy coming up here, which is you. This is a blood flower, able to eject toxic spores. Oops. Let's not sit around and find out what those do. Toxins are poisonous even to the blood flower itself. And I just skipped over its text. Blech. The ability to spew toxic fumes at anything within a 5-meter radius. The spores ejected from the stigma at the center of the flower is sufficient to kill this creature if they explode in its vicinity. So if it fires that at you and you shoot it while it's close enough to the flower, then that will kill it. But this actually puts us out right where we want to be. So you see this half pipe here? This was our end goal. So I'm gonna charge up here and, you know, start making like Tony Hawk and skateboarding, and I did not have enough momentum there. Some of the later games, Prime 2 in particular, has boost ball half pipes that are really tall. Actually, I can think of some ones in Prime 3 as well that are really tall. This game, fortunately, doesn't, you know, expect quite as much of you in that regard, but let's see. Is there anything to scan here? Can I identify light source? No. How about you? Oh, that's just another stack. So I'm pretty sure there are zoomers along here as well. But you can see there's our ship. And right behind our ship this whole time was the space jump. So like I said, when you're doing a speedrun of the game on the GameCube version, you can get the space jump boots as your first item. And it's really, really handy. But now that we have the space jump boots, we can jump twice. So it'll make accessing things a lot easier. So actually a fun little thing, when you first try to get onto your ship, you can't jump high enough, so it still does that. But yeah, basically it'll kind of just lift you up so that you can get on it, but you can space jump onto it as well, now that you have it. So we're going to save our game quickly. And now that we have the space jump boots, actually, I don't know if you need the space jump boots to get over here. Let's find out. Let's see if I can do this by single jumping. Okay, yeah, you don't need them. We're going to be exploring this area of Tallon Overworld because there's something important here. And we'll find out soon what it is, but you need the missiles in order to explore this area fully, so that's why you can't do this the very first time that you come here. But we have a new creature, Seedling, plant-based ground feeder. Dorsal spines can be ejected in self-defense, and that's all it has to say. Basically, they'll just periodically shoot their spines out at you. We have some tangleweed. Also, I am encountering problems with the sensor bar again because it's high up, as I've said before. But we have some pirate data here. Field team reports are in on the age structure of alien design built on the surface of Tallon 4. Studies show this structure protects a containment field. This bars access to the prime source of energy within the deep crater. Science team believes the field is powered by a number of strange Chozo artifacts. We have found some of these relics, and studies on them have begun. As this field could hinder future energy production operations on Tallon 4, we must dismantle it as soon as possible. If this means the destruction of the Chozo artifacts, it will be done. So welcome to the impact crater. So that meteorite that the Chozo were talking about, or the meteor, landed here. So we'll actually be able to to see the impact site for ourselves. There's the missile door that I was talking about. And at the end of this hallway is the door that takes a really long time to load. I'm not even exaggerating. Oh, okay, well, the loading time is better in this game. It's really bad in the GameCube version. But we have some Chozo lore here. You know, this is a Chozo Temple, so it makes sense. Throughout our living nightmare, as we battle with this unyielding darkness, we Chozo see a light. This light glows with promise, chasing the shadows cast by the great poison and purifying that which has grown toxic. It is strange, though at times it looks to our eyes as if the light coalesces into the figure of a woman. Burning brightly, luminescence descends from space and retreats back into the infinite blackness from whence it came. When this prophecy comes to pass, when the light recedes, the Chozo's long vigilance of containment will finally come to an end. So kind of interesting. They do have, you know, some prophetic powers, so they saw Samus coming. Because Samus is obviously the woman that they're talking about. The containment of the great poison, this task has fallen to the Chozo, and we will not flee from our duty, even as we suffer with the land and its creatures. We will pour our will into the 12, the artifacts that, when brought together, form the lock that holds this great evil at bay in the depths of the planet. This lock must stand up to all who might come to assault it, to preserve the power of the seal, and to protect it from those who would meddle for their own designs. We will spread the artifacts across the land, hiding them from prying eyes. The lock must never open until the day comes when this disaster can finally be put right. So, welcome to the Fetch Quest. These 12 Chozo artifacts that they're talking about are spread throughout the world. One of them is right here. Collect it, then scan the totems here for clues on the location of the remaining artifacts. Together, finding them will open a path to the center of the impacted crater. So, we're going to collect this artifact. It's going to be the first one out of 12, and the other 12 are spread out through the rest of the game. And you have to get all 12 Chozo artifacts in order to make it to the final area, which, if you haven't guessed by now, is the impact crater. So, it's telling you the same exact thing that the logbook did. But on our inventory screen now, the Chozo artifacts that we have collected will pop up. And all of the totems will activate, and I believe these will all be logbook entries. Nope. Okay, except for this one, because that's the one that we've already restored. The Artifact of Truth. Let's scan all these other ones. Yep. So make sure that you come here right when we're doing it now, because you can collect some of these artifacts actually coming up pretty soon. So it's best to collect them while you're on your way, but you will miss the logbook entries if you've already collected an artifact before scanning its entry here at the Chozo Temple. So the Heat of Magmor was once a test for many warriors. A shrine in their honor holds the artifact of strength. A sun chamber high atop our ruined home became the nest of a great beast and a source of corruption. Many Chozo spirits have been drawn to this tainted place, release their bond to the world to claim the artifact of wild. So we know where that is. There is a tower within the ruins where light always shines. Move through the waters there to find the artifact of life-giver. Invaders have claimed Phendrana as their own. A tower sits atop their fortress. Collapse it to reveal the chamber where the artifact of Elder is held. We move to the outside circle. In one of Tallon's far corners, a grove of life lies. Reveal the pillar beneath the waves to find the artifact of Chozo. Now, some of these have actually supposedly already been put in because their entries are not there. There are still 12 to find, excluding the one that's here. Or I guess that'd be including, it's 11 otherwise. Translating means a tall cave stands at Phendrana's edge. Seek the unseen entrance at its top to find the artifact of spirit.
Recording to logbook.
Within the ruins of our home, we honor our fallen elders in a great hall. A chamber beneath the statue holds the artifact of worlds. Alright, I'm just going to do a quick run around and make sure that we've gotten every single scan that we can. Alright. Yep, that appears to be it for the ones on the outside ring. Already gotten that one. Okay, so that should be it for our business here. I'm going to go into the logbook here. So we have not seen what the logbook looks like, but here is the lore for the pirates and the Chozo. Here's where all the creatures are going to be, the research, and then here is where the information on the artifacts is. Now, you can see we actually don't have information on all the artifacts, so I guess the ones that we couldn't scan, do we need to come back later and get those? I haven't scanned these in quite some time, so yeah, it looks like we're missing one here. There's one there, so that's 2. 3. I think, what, 4? So that's 4 scans by my count. Let's see how many we're missing in the logbook. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So I guess we might have to come back here and get those scans. I'm not exactly sure when you're supposed to do that, though. But it's something that I'll have to figure out at some point, and I can do that in between episodes just to make sure we get those when we are supposed to, because we'll be collecting some artifacts starting pretty soon, and obviously we don't want to collect ones before we get their logbook entries, because then we'll miss them. So now that we've gone to the temple, we need to make our way actually back to Vendrana. So in order to do that, we're actually going to take the same path that we did before through Magmore Caverns, because that is the fastest route in order to get over there. Also, we can destroy the gamer now, because we have missiles, so yay. You can actually just space jump up to this door. You don't need to take that entire path around. It's kind of superfluous. Alright, we didn't kill the flower, but whatever. Just run past it. And now we get to go down this room in the fun way, which is falling. We'll switch to Morph Ball, and we can boost our way through. Use the boost to get through! Thanks, Peppy. And we'll just make our way back. Actually, psych! There's a missile expansion here behind the ship that I actually pointed out when we first came around here that I forgot to pick up when I was supposed to pick it up. So there you go. There's me picking it up. I don't know exactly when I'm splicing this in, but there you go. There's a missile expansion. Alright, so we're just going to head back through this area once again. Try not to fall off. Fall off anyways, just boost through the lava. Okay, get burned a little. We have to go through this tunnel, I think. Can we not do that? Oh, boo. So, yep, it's too high up. First things first, let's get you out of our way. So the way you're supposed to get back is actually the route with the missile expansion over there that I went through the first time we went through this room, but That is slow, so I'm just gonna jump in the lava. It's faster, okay? And we'll boost through here. Fortunately, we're gonna have to deal with all of these turrets again. Those guys can pack quite a punch, especially once we meet some of their stronger brethren. But we're almost back to Fendrana Drifts. Now we can actually have a little bit... We can make it through this area a little bit faster because we can space jump. So, for example, we can just, skip some of it. Which is convenient. Just boost through here. Probably gonna cut out once we get back to Fendrana Drifts. Just because we're at the good point to end the episode. But not before we, hear a little bit more elevator music. This isn't your standard elevator music. We're back in the land of cold and snow, which I know some people probably hate a lot. Let's see. On our return visit here... Oh, okay. They're not actually here yet, but once we... I think it's once we get the next item, or the next upgrade, some baby Sheegoth will appear here in Fendrana Shorelines. So look forward to that. Or rather, don't look forward to that. So, thank you very much for watching. I've been redxparasite, signing out.